The journey from prodigy to legend begins here. This is where greatness shows its first mark. The legends of tomorrow display their flair in the ICC Under-19 World Cup 2026.
Two gems of Indian cricket.
Get ready! I'm a king, but I bow to my saint. They call me a bad man. What I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
IDFC First Bank, India vs New Zealand, first ODI, 11th January at 12:30 p.m.
I do remember some kids going missing. Quite a few.
Do I need to be concerned? People only believe what they see with their own eyes.
बदलने वाली है रियलिटी शोज की दुनिया द 50 कमिंग सून जियो हॉटस्टार और कलर्स पर
They've enjoyed the first 10 overs. Had the captain hung around a bit more, the current score that Sri Lanka at this rate, 6.6, can get is 132. With the captain around, they would have been looking at in excess of 150, possibly 160 as well. But it's over to these two left-handers, Hasani Pereira and Harshita Samaravikrama. Sri Charani, the second left-arm spinner in this Indian bowling lineup, is thrown the ball. The first series for India when she played in England in the T20 internationals, she came off as a player of the series with those 10 wickets against the English women's cricket team. First match, she got a wicket. She starts well. It's a sharp single. I was speaking about the percentage of deliveries in that first T20I for India and for Sri Lanka. The Indian bowlers were about close to 19%, or rather just 19%, hitting the stumps in the first T20 international. As a fielder will get a single. But looking at what the Sri Lankan bowlers and how they operated, they were a lot straighter. There were a lot more deliveries from the Sri Lankan bowlers, 23% hitting the stumps. That's why I asked a question earlier with Ali and Karthik. Is it a very conscious effort for the Indian bowlers to slightly stay away from that hitting arc, or possibly try to stay away from the off stump?
I think it could be one reason is that the sort of plan they want to execute to the field set that they take. Secondly is this, as I said, the Sri Lankan batters, more predictable playing sweeps. We've seen a lot more of that, the onside game from the Sri Lankan batters in the first T20. Could be that is the reason why when the off spinners come in, their line of attack is just around the fourth stump and taking the ball away from them.
Anjuman Mithali, too much is read into hitting the stumps in T20 cricket. I don't think it's important at all, because at the end of the day, you're trying to minimize damage. You do it whichever way you want, depending on the situation, depending on the batter who's ahead of you. So more importantly, have you managed to do what you set out to do? Nicely hit. Down the ground, so I wouldn't look too much into it. There are times where you need to hit the stumps depending on the surface. There are times when you want to stay away from the batter, mixing up deliveries, keeping the batter guessing. So I wouldn't read too much into it at all.
A fair point. That's a good way of looking at it. Are you achieving the target, what you set out to achieve, or not? 72 for 2.
Two gems of Indian cricket.
Get ready! I'm a king, but I bow to my saint. They call me a bad man. What I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
IDFC First Bank, India vs New Zealand, first ODI, 11th January at 12:30 p.m.
This broadcast is co-presented by Birla Opus Paints in association with Vimal Ilaichi.
Is playing true to the form. Hassani Pereira has been the bigger hitter in this middle order for Sri Lanka, and she's playing true to that. Should be more than a single now, since Vaishnavi just overrunning that.
Yeah, in the last game, I promised the viewers that I'll do a bit of analysis on the Indian spinners. And over here, I'm only going to concentrate on their delivery stride and what they need to do. At the end of the day, every bowler is trying to optimize that run-up where you gain all the momentum. And you want to transfer that onto the ball and get the maximum out of your bowling. And the three bowlers on view the last time were Vaishnavi, Sri Charani, and Deepti. Deepti is missing today. And just look at Sri Charani. She's a tall girl compared to the others, but just look at the time of release. The delivery stride is too big. So that back leg, which we also call the trail leg, is actually trailing in the literal sense of it, which means that the body weight is not going forward. Also, that means when you look at her from straight on, her head is arched and not going towards the batter. So she needs to shorten her delivery stride. And at the time of release, her back leg needs to be very close to that front leg. Just look at Vaishnavi, much shorter, still a bigger delivery stride, but at the time of release, she's much better off. Her back leg is at least going towards the front leg or bracing towards the front leg. It can be better. A delivery stride as well, which can shorten a bit. Completely missed it. The hands didn't come together, the legs didn't come together, and the ball went through.
Yeah, that's the only way to explain it. Richa Ghosh has a smile on her face. Not a keeper though, but I can fairly say this, that she stood up very early. And Amanjot is not pleased at all.
Yeah, we looked at the two left-arm spinners. And just look at Deepti. This is Vaishnavi. But having a look at Deepti, oh no, this is Sneh. Again, slightly trailing behind, massively trailing behind. That's what you don't want. Because again, as I said, all you have mustered in getting to the crease, you want to transfer that to the ball. So you get the maximum out of your bowling if your back leg is closer. Nicely bowled. 79 for 2.
बदलने वाली है रियलिटी शोज की दुनिया The 50 coming soon Geo Hotstar
79 for 2. Sri Charani into her second. An important partnership for Sri Lanka. 42 of 42 between these two. Hasani and Harshita. A change in the comm box. W.V. Raman and Veda Krishnamurthy join me. Good evening.
Good evening, Shabani. This partnership is going to run a ball, but they need to try and up the ante here, the Sri Lankans. They've got a good foundation.
Going for the big shot. Between two fielders. They get a couple.
She had to take a call there, whether she had to keep running in and go for a catch or to try and save a boundary. She chose the later, ran in for a bit and then decided to save the boundary.
unlucky to get away with that one. A lot of movement laterally on the crease. Straight to short fine.
Clear game plan here by Hasini, wanting to attack that leg side field a lot more.
The thing is that they look to play explosive shots, but they've never used the angle or the width that is being provided by the bowlers, especially against the spinners. They're looking to generate power, play powerful shots, clear the boundary, and somehow they've not been able to generate the power they're looking for.
It's gone up in the air, straight back to the bowler, nice and easy. Thank you very much, says Sri Charni.
Sri Charni providing the breakthrough here. A bit of a nothing shot there by Hasini Pereira. 2 dot balls did the job this time for Sri Charni. A quicker delivery. In no position to play any of that shot. And slices it. Easiest of a catch there for Sri Charni. Completes it this time. Goes for 22, 82 for 3.
It's India who win the T20 World Cup. What's his moment like, Rohit? It's been today. It was.
Run partnership broken. Final ball of the over. Top over from Charni comes to an end. 82 for 3.
तेरा नाम क्या है पूछे वाले पूछे तो बता तेरी पहचान क्या है
Ready to roar. Tata Women's Premier League starts 9th January.
This broadcast is co-presented by Birla Opus Paints in association with Vimal Ilaichi.
Harshita Samaravikrama has been out there for some time. 22 of 22 for her. Kavisha Dilhari joins her out there in the middle at number 5. The 6 bowlers used so far. Arundhati Reddy comes back to bowl her third. With the angle, gonna run away. Leg by signaled by Anjanani.
She's not been a normal self, Arundhati Reddy. She's been straying in line far too often tonight. There was a deflection, a leg by signaled that looked like it went off the glove. And Richa Ghosh unable to move across in time. It would have been a brilliant take if she had even stopped it.
Could the batter have reviewed that to take runs? And 4 of them to her name instead.
She did look surprised when the decision was given. Kavisha Dilhari, a lot of experience in this young Sri Lankan squad. 150 for her name. A good strike rate as well. Needs a little bit of that to give that finish for this innings that Sri Lanka is expecting at the moment.
Hold there, ball, super. 30 balls now since the last boundary off the bat.
This was the one which is adjudicated as leg by, but looks like it's gone off the glove. Confirmation coming from the Sneko.
You wanted to review that. It's played away on the offside. This is why Alicia Dilhari is in.
Charani picked up the last wicket. And this is how she picked it up. And looking to go big was the left-hander, Asni Pereira, but a simple, straightforward catch to Charani. She does have the habit of going for a catch with hard hands. On that occasion, she lashed onto it comfortably enough.
They've kept busy at the crease, just that the boundaries haven't come regularly. The previous pair put on a 40-run partnership, a run-a-ball partnership.
This is a young side. They're all looking to try and work ways and means out to get runs in this format. It's a side which is a work in progress. And if they gain experience, they will definitely do well in this format as well, these young batters.
Fine sweeper cover. It'll just be the one. 90 for 3.